Good morning.
Good morning. It would seem I caught you unaware.
I was going through continuing to read and reread Bridge Destruction and Construction Rules.
Uh,
Never going to get those right, I don't think. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm not getting my hand around it.
I almost had a tragedy this morning in that I literally forgot to do coffee. I had some I
Oh,
had some breakfast and then I sat down and I got ready for the recording and I went, "Oh my gosh, coffee." And if I don't have caffeine in the morning, man, the afternoon's going to be rough.
I don't see how you can forget coffee. That's impossible for me.
But that has been taken care of and now that problem is solved. So we're back with our replay of Scenario 3, Unite Your Troops. And we have swapped sides. I am taking the Confederates now. Roger is, as he pointed out, he's looking at all the special Union-related tasks that he has to do now that he's taken that side. As our usual admonition, this is the second play, so this is where the viewership just completely drops off, just because people are like, well, we've seen it. But a lot of the diehards love to see how you and I play things differently, and that is usually true of every single one of these. There is something significantly different in our playstyles between how we do one video to the next. So if you've not seen the first one and you want to know all the rules and the special information about this one, stop here, go back and see how that one turned out. And if you want to just jump right in and see how this works, well, then we're going to forego a lot of the formalities. I think we'll do a little discussion here on some opening thoughts for Roger now that we've both seen exactly what the scenario is about. But if you have any thoughts before we get started, now would be the time to opine.
Well, I'm going to try something. I've talked myself out of doing one thing because, boy, this Los is really a nightmare, isn't it? I mean, it's just really hard as the attacker to try to figure out what to do. So I thought what you did probably makes a lot of sense, but I always like to try to do something a little different than what you did just to see if different strategy. So I'll try something a little different. I will see if it works. I think it's a well-designed scenario from a game perspective, victory point perspective. It's hard to see a clear path to victory, though you have multiple options. So we'll see how it goes today.
I had a feeling that you would probably do the opposite, Jerry. And whereas I did a lot of maneuver and try to set things up for, well, at the end of turn one, I was fortuitous to at least get all the way to Rocky Springs. Spoiler. But I had a feeling that you might just charge right across that bridge, and we'll see if you just plow right into the willows, and we'll see if that works out for you. But of course, initiatives beyond the first are always a factor. We've put the values of the victory point locations up there, and of course Roger will.
That's nice. Thank you.
Oh sure, and Roger will get a little 6 VP bonus for each turn, starting with turn one that he holds Grand Gulf, and then of course if he does not have Grand Gulf but he has four, or he has the 4621, then that's worth 4 victory points. And same with the bridge up here with Hankinson's bridge. He'll get 4. He'll get the lesser victory points provided he has not gotten all the way up to there. But that 6 point, I think, is a significant X factor in this one. If you can really get McClernand going and swipe everything away, or make your way right to Grand Gulf by turn one or two, that's almost all. I mean, that's more than the points you need, and those cannot be taken away. So as a bonus, you could offset any manpower losses just by getting there and holding it for a couple of turns. So I like that in this scenario. It really does incentivize that western push, but to your peril, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's the bridge building. That was like what I was checking is you're limited to one attempt per hex per turn, regardless of whether it's in the action phase, which is unique to this title, or unique as this title as is the date of the production here. But I was looking, well, can I do another attempt during the recovery phase? I can't. So that was one of the things. Glad I checked, because that's what I was kind of planning on doing. Let's give myself 2 bites, potentially 2 bites of the apple, but I don't have 2 bites of the apple, perhaps.
And presumably the
Um,
counter mix is a factor here. So you've got, is it 2 or 4 major river bridges, and one is already on the map. So does that mean you only have one to work with?
I believe that's true. Yes. Where is that rule? I have 3 major river bridge markers, 4 minor and 3 major. Confederate players limited to 4 minor and 2 major river bridge markers. So yes, that's a good point. I'd be happy if I can get one.
I think the big factor on that is no matter what is at setup, you have to be at fatigue level 0 in order to do a
Yes.
bridge. So you're not doing anything on turn 1.
Yeah, not building any bridges on turn 1. Yeah, I just got to try to set up something for turn 2. And I was, like I said, I was hoping I could maybe get 2 bites of the apple, one during the action cycle, potentially one during the recovery. If I fail in the action cycle, but I don't. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the same rule
and
applies at recovery. They'd still need to be at 0, right?
yep, they still need to be at 0. So there's only so many places that make sense to build a bridge. I mean, it's just, I mean, but we'll see. We'll see if I can figure this out. It is a puzzle for sure. We'll see.
It's neat that you and I look at each other's previous playstyle, and I sat here and I looked at my units for the Confederates, and I'm like, how did Roger hold off so long? And you were just playing rope a dope on all these things. You got all of them down there, and you managed to shuttle them back and forth with those internal lines as you would expect. But I look at him now, I'm like, I just know Roger's going to pin me at some point, and he's going to manage to just completely circumvent by going around, or he's going to shatter 2 or 3 of my divisions, and all will be lost early. But I am no soothsayer. I cannot predict the future, but sometimes I'm right.
It's a challenge, I think, for both sides. It all depends on if I can get any sort of advantage as the Union player, and of course, we were back and forth last week, so I expect this one will be back and forth as well.
I agree. Let's get right into it then. So
Yeah.
we'll turn it over to you. There are no leader transfers for me because yours are stacked with yours. So, or is there? Let's see. Lowering makes sense to stay at the Willows. Should I bring Bowen up? I will bring Bowen up just to bring him to Lee in that group. So that is my only leader transfer, and you automatically get the first initiative of turn 1. So let me wish you the best of luck, of course.
Yep. Best of luck to you. And I'm gonna start with. I think I've got to at least do one thing here. Logan and Crocker. Here's their movement +1. It's 6. And they're just gonna. I'm gonna do this. Move them both into 1 hex. Here's my initiative. It's for you.
Okay. Well, with that being the case, I guess it makes sense. So I'm going to bring Stevenson and Pemberton, and I will activate both units up here at Hankinson's. They will go to fatigue level 1. Here's their movement of +2. They get to go 6. I'll have Barton go by himself, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to here. And the other crew is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And initiative, it's yours.
Okay. We'll have McClelland. We'll activate Hovey, AJ Smith, Carr. Here's their movement +1. 3. Carr will go 1, 2, and 3. Smith and I'm sorry, McClellan will travel with Hovey. Smith will go 1 and 2 to there. And Hovey and McClellan will go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I will have Bowen activate Lee and Cockrell. Go to fatigue level 1. Here's their movement +2. 6. And Bowen will go along with Lee. They'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Baldwin 1 and 2. Initiative. Mine. I don't know that I want to waste a lot of these moves, so I'm going to pass.
Yep, makes sense. So McClellan will activate Hovey and Osterhus and Carr. Yeah, Carr's within range. Here's their movement +1. 6. Colonel will stay with Hovey. Carr's going to go 1 and 2 to there. Colonel's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Ostrich is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I will have Stevenson activate Barton. He'll go to fatigue level 2. Here's the movement +2. 6. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative. That is High Ties. That's mine.
Yes.
So Barton will self-activate. Here's movement and extended march. Oh, he flips. That's a boo. He'll go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. Yours.
Have McClellan will just activate Osterhus. +1. That is not what you were supposed to do, Osterhus. Well, it changes what I'm going to do. He's just going to go 1, 2 to there. Initiative. That's mine. Okay, I'll take Osterhus to fatigue 3 with McClellan. Not that, well, he's just going to do a min move. He's just going to do a min move. So I just roll for extended march, if that's okay.
Sure.
Because he's going to need a bunch of, he'd have to get, yeah, just be extended. He's not going to attack on the march. He's okay. He's just going to stack in there. Initiative. That's yours.
Take a sip of my coffee and consider my options here. I'm going to activate Taylor with Stevenson. Here's their march +2. Man, it was consistent at 4 across the board. I'm going to take them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Well, let's see if I can get you out of the willows. We'll try this. Take Logan and see McPherson's a 5, which means I'd have to roll 2 to get them both in. So you've got 2 pieces of artillery. So I think mathematically, I'm going to bring in Crocker, activating Crocker, only Crocker. He's going to attempt an assault on Loring with McPherson. So this is +1. It's a 5. So he gets to come in. Grant will now attempt to coordinate a grand assault. So this will be +1. It's a 4, and he's a 5. So I can bring in 1 more hex. So I will bring in Osterhus, Teague 4, and Logan, which means I'm going in with a lot of manpower. Don't try this at home, kids. Because this now puts me on the combat chart. I'm now at 30. That's a very ugly column to be in. But it's only 1 point for manpower. So that's my attack. So the good news is I get a type of a +1. It's now 30 to 8, which is a 3 to 1. So I get a ratio of +2. Artillery is I now have 10 pieces of artillery to your 2, which is +8. In rough, low terrain is a die roll modifier.
I am shocked and stunned by this. I thought for sure
So,
that that was not even going to be a factor. But here's the die roll on even it is used. It's used.
yep, artillery is a +1. There's obviously no flank. Low terrain only affects the assault modifiers. So what I see is 4 up and none down for a final of a +4. I probably should have been the one to roll. Actually, I think
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
because yeah, I should have. I didn't even think about it
Yeah,
because normally it is the defender that rolls.
uh, that's fine. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you get a +1 for that. So you get, yeah, 4 total.
I mean, let's still
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So here we go.
Type +1, ratio +2, artillery +1. So see if I get you out of willows. It's a 9, so yeah, I should succeed.
Come on, big six, big six. Here we go. Come on, big six. No, it's a 7.
So it's a +7 result, which is still going to cost me a manpower.
7 on. I've got
That is
8.
such an ugly, ugly chart.
I've got 2, and you've got 1. So,
Yep.
all right. So 2 for me and 1 for you. And most assuredly, big R. Okay. So I'm going to take it off of. Let's see, we got Reynolds. Yeah, I'll take them both off of Reynolds. 1, 2. They are both going to be demoralized. Get 1, 2, and 3. So we have to retreat as a group, sadly. So we're just going to go 1 away, 2 away, 3 away, 4 away, and we'll do 5 away to there. And the Willows is yours.
I guess I'll advance the whole stack. I can't see any reason not to do that.
And you're now sitting at 9 victory points.
Yes. Initiative. That's mine. McPherson activate Crocker. He can go 4, 5 because of +1. Almost extend march +1. He's okay. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. That's mine. I better take Crocker to fatigue 4. Here's his movement. Rocky Springs occupy or control?
It's occupied.
That's occupy. I'll roll for movement, then extend march. And he gets a 6 for movement. Here's his extend. He's going to flip. I thought about going after Barton just to smack him, but I'm just going to do a mid move to Rocky Springs. Initiative. That's yours.
I have the luxury of passing, I think, because you've got to do all the heavy lifting here, so I'll pass.
I'll pass as well.
Yeah, no sense rushing yourself. Okay, so we will end the first turn, and we'll do a sunshine recover. Everyone has recovered. We're not even yet at 30 minutes, so good show. Big difference in this one because we know how the matrix works. And it's over to you for leader transfers.
I'll keep McPherson with Logan. McLaren. I'll keep him on Hovey. Yeah, I'll keep him on Hovey.
Okay. I don't. I don't think I'm gonna move anyone. I got Pemberton centrally located. Loring has got the northern wing now that's recovering apparently. So I'm good. So let me give us. Here's our first initiative for turn 2. It's mine. Let's see. Those guys are not in a position, so I'm gonna activate green. He's gonna go to fatigue level 1, come out of his entrenchments, and here's his movement. Nominally by Bowen, but doesn't matter. He's just going 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's mine. I'll pass.
Okay. I have McClernand activate Hovey. It's a +1. Go 5. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. High ties go to you.
I will bring the 1st Missouri dismounted across the landing, or across the ferry here. So here's their movement of +1. +1. 3. We'll just go 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. That's yours.
Have McPherson activate Logan. Here's their movement. 7. Grant's going to stay with Osterhuus. McPherson obviously will move with Logan. So they're going to go 1. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they do not have enough to attack Loring because of the +1. Which means they have no points remaining to attack. So we'll do initiative. That's yours.
Pretty sure he can. I think all my leaders can activate everybody.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we will do movement. It's 5. Um, they're small enough they can kind of move as a group. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. That is high ties. That's mine. I'll have the 1st Missouri dismounted move again. It was activated by Stevenson. So +2. 8. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative. That is mine. I will pass.
Okay. We'll have McPherson activate Logan again. Here's his movement. 3. I'll go 1, 2. And I don't, well, let's see. I don't think he can cross the ferry.
Yeah, he's pretty big. I think there's a.
To cross a ferry at a major river is 1/3 the active unit's manpower value, dropping fractions. So yeah. So he's not going to cross the ferry. Initiative. Mine. Take Logan fatigue 3. Here's his movement. Here's his extend. He's okay. That's just enough to do the crossing.
Well, it's also one hex, so he could have done that either way.
Initiative. That's you.
They've breached the big black river. Not a lot I can do here, so pass.
Okay. I'm gonna pass as well.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep this one tight. All right. So we will do sunshine recovery. All is good, and they have fully recovered. Hooray! So turn 3 is here, and this is, as you said, it's a puzzle because at some point I need to try a counterattack, but I, you've got me spread far afield, covering all the bases, as I like to do to you. So, where do I pull back from so that I can use those to try to get, you know, what I need to do to eject you from A, B, or C? But you've got, you know, 2 places already covered. This one's control, that one's occupy, and I believe this one's occupy as well. So
Yes. And you fully recovered. So that's
yeah,
changes the equation. I probably should have tried to. Well, I didn't like going to fatigue 4.
right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes to go. The ferry cost. I didn't realize how much the ferry cost. Leader transfers. I guess I'll transfer McClellan to there. Oops, not the unit, just the guy. That's gonna be it for me.
For me, I'm gonna move Bowen out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 to Barton, and Pemberton and Stevenson will come down to Lee. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay,
Why don't you give us first initiative?
sure. High ties, go to you.
Fantastic. Okay. So I will have Barton activate under Bowen. They will lose their fine riverside entrenchments, and they will go marching +2. There you go. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Initiative. That's mine. Yeah, we'll make a play for it. So we will attempt an assault on Crocker with Barton. Here's the assault attempt. It does come off. So my first combat of the game is a +1 for assault and +1 for tactical. You've got a die roll in Los, I believe, at -2. Let's check. -2, yes. So
Yep.
it's used. Okay, so -1 for the artillery, and then I've got -1 for a ratio of 5 to 9. So I see an even attack.
Yep, that's what I see as well.
Okay, here we go. Here's an even attack. Attack roll. Yeah.
Oh, did you get me out of there?
No,
Oh, it doesn't.
no. In fact, I will not, Roger, because you rolled yet another 6.
It's just incredible on that.
All right. Well, I think that was one of the few things I had possible here. Let's see.
He's
So 0.
disorganized now.
Yeah, I'm giving you another point. So 1D for me. Well, you take your chances. You play the game.
That was you were a 5.
I was a 5, so I'm going to lose 1.
Oh yeah, you do lose 1. Okay.
All right. Well, initiative. That's yours.
First, I'll activate Logan. There's their movement. 6, 7. And okay, what did we determine the ferry cost was?
A quarter of, so 4.
So 4. Okay, so this will be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
5. 6 will occupy that spot. To tie up 12 manpower doing that, but I don't think I see much of an option. Initiative, that's mine again. Activate Hovey. Just going to do a min move to there. Initiative, it's mine. Oh, this is weird. I'm going to see what you're going to do. I'm going to pass.
Okay. I'm going to have Stevenson activate Lee and Taylor. He'll go to fatigue level 1, come out of entrenchments. And here is movement +2, 6. Gonna transfer up to Taylor. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And Lee will go 1, 2 to there. Initiative. That's low ties. That's yours.
I'll have person activate Logan. Here's his movement. 7. Here's his extend +1. He's okay. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Scenario is so much of the lady or the tiger. Just everything you do. Well, then I'll try to do this. Taylor will go to 2 with Pemberton. Here's movement +2. You get the 6s, I get the 1s. This is awesome. I love this. It's great. 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Yours.
I will take Logan to T3. He'll attempt an assault on Bowen. 3 +1 is 4, so it does come off. Hype's going to be a +1. Tactical is even. Ratio is 12 to 3, so that's 4 to 1 for +3 ratio. I have 4 artillery to your 2, so I think that's covered in Los. Yep, covered in Los. The flank is, I have all 6 hexes covered. 4 are coming off, correct?
You have a road into this one, so 3 of them are coming off, but yeah, +1.
+1. So yeah, so this hex comes off because it's Los. That hex comes off because it's Los. That hex, and yeah, so it's a finals of +1 flank.
Mhm.
So I see 5 up and none down for a +5 final attack.
Yep.
It's a 9 again.
Defense. It's +4. But I'm going to lose one on them. Oh, damn. Okay. Alright, so they are demoralized now. But I have to...
Well,
So I'm going to take the 4B option here. And I'm going to go not farther away, but there's a road. So I'm going to lose 1 manpower there. So that goes there, and I give you another VP.
you're gonna get back because I was a man. I was a manpower
Oh,
as well.
really? Fantastic. Okay. Things are looking up. So no harm, no foul on that one. All right. And then I have to go farther away, not by road, but not Nazak. So that's nothing, right? That's priority 2. Let's see, retreat trapped. Not follow. Yeah, more distant. Okay. And then 3 and 4 to there.
I do pick up a fatigue, and I lose a manpower. So I now have 2 losses to your 4. Is that right?
That's what I've got. Yep.
Okay. And do I want to take the hex or not? He's down at 11. I was really hoping to not get that fatigue or the manpower loss, obviously. Think I'm going to stay put. Block that school Natchez trace. I'll do that. Okay, initiative. That's mine again. Now, let's see. I'll have AJ Smith attempt to build a bridge. So I already read the rule, but I'm going to bring the rule back up again just because I'm probably going to screw it up. So I think it's 2 fatigues. It's a major river, so it's +2. Then I get a -1 because it's the thunder on the Mississippi, so it's +1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a +0 because there's a road and there's an existing
Right.
ford or ferry.
Right.
So it's a +1, and I need a 5 or less.
Okay. So basically a 4,
Yep.
1 through 4.
And it's 6, so I don't successfully build the bridge. I don't know if I lose my entrenchments or not in attempting to build a
I
bridge.
don't think so. No, you're not leaving the
Because he
hex.
doesn't move?
Right.
Okay. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. Let's have Loring bring these guys across the river. Movement. Of course, it's a great movement.
Yeah.
See, when you want them, kids, you can't have them. We're gonna lay it up. We're just gonna put them at Hankinson's on that side. We'll put them in reserve if needed later. Initiative. It's mine. All right. Taylor will go to 3 with Stevenson. And here is movement +2. 6. Here's extended march. He's good. They'll go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I decide if I should try to bring Smith and Carr all the way around, but that's going to free all those guys up. Do I try to I could build a bridge into Coon Island Lake. That doesn't really go anywhere because then I got to fight green at +1 if I'm lucky. I'm going to pass.
I'm gonna activate Tillman and Reynolds again with Loring. Go to 2. And here's movement. And I think they're just gonna go to there. Initiative. That's mine. Gonna activate Baldwin. He'll come out of entrenchments. Here's movement. 4. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. That's mine. Yeah, I might as well. I might as well dig the hole deeper if I'm going to. So I'm going to attempt an assault on Crocker with Taylor. I was kind of hoping to make that a little better, but I don't think I have the time. So here's the assault attempt. The fates
Doesn't
do
come off.
not want me to. Sigh. All right. Man, I cannot catch a break. All right, initiative. That's yours.
I will pass.
Yeah, yeah. I will pass as well. There's nothing I can do at the moment, so let us go on to the final turn. We will recover turn 3. And yeah, we're right at an hour. That's good. So this is going to be a short one, I think. I will let you look at your leader transfer options and surmise what you wish to do.
I'll leave everybody where they are. Well, let's see. Do I want to move Grant? Best place for him to be. I'll move Grant up to McPherson. That's it.
Okay. I think I'm good too. Dang old man. Yes, I'm going to leave everyone as is. So, here's our first initiative of the final turn. It's mine. Okay. Well, it's no time like the present. Let's take Taylor to 2. He will attempt another assault. All preps have been made. We've slept overnight. Let's see if we can assault Crocker today. Attempt. It works. Hooray! So that's a 2, and he is a 7, so no problem.
Yep, no problem.
So we get +1 assault, +1 tactical, -1 for artillery potentially. So if you want to give me a roll. Hey,
You?
it's not used. All right. So -1 for ratio, however. So I see 2 up and 1 down for a +1 assault.
Yes.
All right. Here's the +1 assault. It's a 6.
It's a
Hey.
+4 result.
Yes.
+4 on 6 is a 1 DR for me. Decrease my manpower. I do flick up optimization. And I do have a retreat route. I can further away by road 1, further away by road 2, further away by road 3, further away by 4, and since he's out of the game, 5 and 6 to there.
Okay. And we will take Rocky Springs.
Okay.
Initiative. That's yours.
Let's just tucked him up close there. Logan fatigue 2. Here's his movement. It's 5. Here's extend +1. He's okay. So if he goes 1 to there,
Be a normal attack.
he could do a prepared, right?
No, because it's you had 5 total.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He had 5 total, so it have to be a normal attack, which is why I should have tucked him up close and not worried about blocking the Natchez Trace road. Hmm. 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 You could bring guys in pretty quickly from mooring. So this would be a +1. Be a +1 attack ratio. So I will see if I can get the next initiative and try to get a +2. I don't get the next initiative. It's yours.
This Los of mine will be my undoing. I'm not going to get 2 in a row. I just know that. So, alright. Loring will activate both of them. Tillman and Reynolds. We're going to go fatigue level 1. Here's their movement +2. That's 4. Loring and Tillman will go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reynolds will go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. I'm putting my finger on the top of the chess piece, Roger. I'm like, eh. Here's the next initiative. Ah, it's yours.
Well, I think this is what I should do. Take Logan to fatigue 3. Ferguson will make an assault attempt on Pemberton's hex. Does not come off. Initiative. That's yours.
That will remove all of that. So, yeah. Loring will take Tillman to 2. Here's movement. Fantastic movement. And they're just going to go 1 hex into there. Initiative. That's mine. I'll take A.W. Reynolds. They will move +1. And they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. That's low ties. That's yours.
AJ Smith to fatigue 1. He's going to lose his entrenchments. His movement. That's fantastic movement. That's what I was looking for.
Roll on, mother trucker.
Let's do the 1 movement for new initiative. That's yours.
I'll pass. All right.
Okay.
If I've got the numbers right here, you've got 8, 9, 10. Is that right?
I have 10 points, yes,
Yeah.
which is a
Okay.
marginal victory. I need 1 point to make it a Union marginal.
Correct. Yeah, I will pass.
I'll take AJ Smith fatigue 2. Here's his movement straight up. 5. He will force march. So he starts off with 5 movement points. Here's his force march roll. It's another 4, so his total movement now is 9, and he loses a manpower. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to there. Initiative. It's mine. Okay. Colonel will take Osterhus, Hovey, AJ Smith, who's going to have to roll for extend. Here's their movement. It's 3 movement points. Colonel's going to stay with Osterhus, who's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. AJ Smith and Hovey are just going to do that. And here's AJ Smith's extend. He's 4 plus 1. He's okay. Initiative. It's mine. Take Colonel with Osterhus. Here's his movement. Oh, wow. 7. Gonna go 1, 2. He has 5 movement points left. He could make an attack there. He's not going to. We're going to attempt something here if we can pull this off. Initiative. It's yours.
All the leadership is on the wrong side. So let's see what we got here. Okay. I think this is the time in the playbook when you try for the spoiling attack. So Taylor will be activated to 3, and Stevenson's going to attempt a spoiling attack on McClernand. So here is the assault attempt +1. It does not come off. Man, that's 2 failed assaults in a day. Initiative. Let's take him to 4. Try that again. So here's the assault attempt. It comes off this time. So what I see is a +1 for assault. You have a potential of artillery in Los. It is not used. Fantastic. Okay. And then I've got a -1 for ratio. So I just see a straight attack.
Yep.
Here we go. Here's a +0. It's a 2. Hey, does its job. Spoils him out. And I'm going to lose at a +1, or a -1 rather. I'm going to lose 1D. Okay, so that's, man, that's enough. Damn it. That put you at 11. Damn it. That's not how it's supposed to work. All right. Initiative. That's mine. Okay, well, now we have to try something else. This game is very incredibly balanced. Razor's Edge. I was kind of hoping for a little bit better than that, but things are not going so well. So if I pass, you're just going to pass game over. So I've got to try something here. We'll activate Lee. Movement. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, Mrs. Bagnell and her donuts. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll pass.
Of Cockrell March. Here is his movement. +1. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to there. Initiative. Mine. Right, I'll have AW Reynolds march. Here's movement. 5. Here's extended march. He's okay. 1, 2 to there. Initiative. Mine again. Yeah, I guess we'll make a final play here for getting a point. I'll take Tillman to 3. We'll attempt an assault on McClernand. So here's +1 assault. It comes off. We will request a grand assault from Pemberton. See if we can bring in Reynolds. So assault +1. It does not come off because it's tied. So we have, I think it's exactly the same if you want to roll for your artillery attempt. It does come off this time. So it's a -1 for, oh, it's not even that. It's -2 for ratio. So -1 attack, it looks like.
So yes, you're right. You're not going to have a flank because it's going to end up being
Right, a +0.
+0. So
Right.
it's going to be a final, so -1 attack.
Yep, -1.
Okay.
Here's -1. Come on, big 6. Yeah! 5.
Oh, wow. You got it.
Holy crap! All right.
So what is that result is
So
my +4?
+4 on 6?
8 actually. So 1 DR for me.
I thought you had. Oh, you have an. Okay, yeah. +4 on 8 is 1 DR. Holy moly, and nothing for me.
Flip to deorganize.
6-1 split for the moment.
So let's see. I can go, and you attack from. So I do have a road
Yeah.
further away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll keep going to there. 5.
Okay. All right. Tighten it up.
Oh, and it was demoralization, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will not take the hex.
So that takes me back to 10. Confederate
Back to
marginal.
10. Yep. Here's initiative. That's yours.
Okay. So McClernand will activate Hovey. Here's his movement. He's got 5 movement points. McClernand go with him. I leave him there. That gives me a tactical. No matter who's attacking me. Plus, well, Cockrell's a 3. Leaving behind 2 artillery pieces, 10 manpower. But I think I need the option of another assault there. So McClernand's going to have to go with Hovey. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. He'll stop there. He has to. Actually, he's going to go there. 4 to there. Not really going to matter, is it? He'll go there. Initiative. That's mine. Take Hovey to fatigue 3. Yeah, so I'm just going to do an extend roll for Hovey. He's okay. He's just going to do that. So this basically gives me a couple chances. Initiative. It's mine. And you have how many in there now? You have 6.
6, yep.
So we'll start. McClernand's a 4. Let's start with McPherson with Logan. +1. 3. Good thing I started with him. And we will attempt a grand with Grant. +1. Grant says, no. Grant, you fool.
Wouldn't be prudent.
I think it would have been very prudent. Okay, so the type's +1. Tactical is even. Ratio is now 11 to 6, so there's no ratio. Artillery is 4 to 2, so there's no artillery. There's no terrain. Don't flank, obviously, so I see a final of a +1. Is that what you see?
That is what I see.
Okay, +1, 5,
Defense. Plus.
5.
Just yeah, +1. Yep.
Yep, +1. Which on 6 I think is going to be nothing. But for me, it's going to be a 1D. So, as you say, you always dig the hole a little deeper. Initiative. That's mine. Well, I'll take my last shot of the game, I think. Hovey. Take 4. Now the question is, do we do it with movement? I need a 1, 2, or a 3. Movement, I would need 5 or 6. So we'll try an assault. 2 plus 1 is a 3. It comes off. And I believe this will be exactly the same thing.
Yes. +1.
+1 final. Ah!
Well, if I roll a 1, that's fine. Here's the
Yeah, doesn't
defense.
matter. Question is how many manpower I lose.
Yeah. So -3.
Yeah, -3, no effect on you. And I went in with 9, which is a 2D for me.
2D. 1 and 2.
Initiative, it's mine. Let me just take a look at the board here. Carr is at a fort 2. We'll take him to fatigue 2, and he will attempt to build a bridge into Ashland. So I believe that's not going to be, let's see, it's going to be +2 for a major river and a +1 was the road pike trail or railroad.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's +3 total, then -1 for the Thunder on the Mississippi scenario. So this is a +2 to this roll. I need 5 or less. And it's a 6, so there's no bridge building. Initiative. Unless I've got some unit I've completely forgotten about. I've got 2 units, 3 units at fatigue 4, 1 unit at fatigue 3, and 1 unit at fatigue 2 on the wrong side of the river. So I'm going to pass and let you run up the score if you so desire.
No. You know me far better than that. I will look around and see if there's anything that I need to do. But as you said, you point out that it'd be on you, so I will pass as well. And we will say that your final score is 8 in the positive and then 1 in the negative. So 7?
Yep.
+7, whatever that is, Confederate.
Yeah, Confederate marginal.
Okay, still marginal. Good deal.
But it was closing in on being Confederate substantive. Yeah.
We've played this one now, both sides, and as we do, we will take it beyond just the session report. Of course, we'll wrap that in with this one, but we can talk about the scenario as a whole. I didn't make any formal notes, but I have some mental notes now of comparing and contrasting the two. I will just start by saying, and then I'll let you kind of expand on it since you had the harder job this time. I really like this scenario. It's taut. It's the term that we've thrown around before. Extremely well balanced, highly maneuver dependent, and as we saw in I put the dice statistics in the last scenario that, if the Union gets, I'm sure they all do even out in the normal distribution, but if they all get compounded early on when you really need to make some progress, that can be difficult. I think on the whole, you had a decent movement this time. Mine were almost consistent. Every time I was doing movement, it was 4, 4, 4. So that stuck out to me. I was like, okay, we've done the proper drill instruction. But I think you getting willows early was different than me getting. Well, you actually had both. in turn one, which was pretty astounding. And then that puts the onus back on me to, all right, I've got to spend turns 2 and 3 resting up a little bit, and then I've got to try to find a good point for a counterattack, which is not an easy task with a lot of these little 3 units, 4 units. They're scattered everywhere. Your leadership, I packed all the leadership pretty much on one side, and leaving the bayou to do the defensive work over here for me, just waiting for you to do your bridge work. So I was willing to sacrifice, but I needed that on this side because once McPherson got over there and was just constantly threatening Rocky Springs area, then I had to, I had to hover, and Bowen, of course, got bounced out, which is unfortunate, but that's why you try. And this was great. I mean, I thought, yeah, every single one of the combats, as close as they were just on the modifiers, were just incredible. I think, I'm seeing the cinematic stuff over there charging and they're counter charging, and I did the spoiling attack, and it worked far better than it had any right to do with the 1/6 split. So this one had everything this time, and I really appreciate the scenario design of it because choices are made, and you have to balance the maneuver with, okay, I can hold this right now, but can I hold it for 2 more turns? So I think the Union has some wonderful puzzle elements, as you said, to work out on this one. So, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, yeah, when it comes down to having, where we're having multiple attacks at +1 or 0 or -1 over the same back and forth over the same VP objective, despite the fact, I was tried to get Harkinson's bridge. I thought about, should I hold on to this for the 4-pointer, but you were building your counter here, so I felt like I needed to counter that and pull off it. If I hadn't, I'm at 11 points. If everything else goes the same way, I felt like I had a good opportunity to, I think there was you'll probably edit the pause when the road north here was open. You had moved
Oh,
both law,
yeah,
or
you
you'd
you and
moved
I
everybody
both
over there.
we both agonized on that one.
And
It's like, do I?
I was like, boy, do I just let whatever's going to happen at Rocky Springs and grab that bridge? But then I was like, what if I don't roll well? And I chose to deal with over here, and then you moved your piece back to block it. PC unit. There's very much a chess analogy to this, with with the added maneuver. I was playing to see if you defended Rocky Springs, and I was going to head this way to open up, get a bridge here, and take Grand Gulf. But we ended up, you left Rocky Springs open, so I made a play for that. And yeah, just a lot of back and forth, a lot of options. I'm interested to hear people who played it who have captured Grand Gulf as the Union. I think it's hard to get Grand Gulf because you got to get. I mean, this is a long way to. It's easy to block. I mean, it's hard to get a bridge over here.
It would have to be done in force, and I think the way you did it here, that's why I left a unit lingering here all the
Yep.
time, just somewhere, just as a counterpiece, because even short term, if you get this, that's still just like up here with Hankinson's Bridge, it's 4 points. But if you come in force and you manage to get a couple of McClernand's divisions up there, or if you decide to take McPherson that way, and you just push broom it all the way up and then make a play for it, even in turn 2, that's 3 turns that you're getting 6 points each for the end of the turn, potentially getting Grand Gulf. So that could have a huge cascading effect. I mean, 18 bonus points right there. You don't even
Yeah.
worry about everything else. So
Yeah.
I can see that's the third leg in this stool here. You did it one way. I did it the other way with the maneuver. You went with Willow Springs right out of the gate, or Willows. And I think a very adventurous, a very cavalier Union player can, in turn 1, bridgehead here and then just go right for Grand Gulf. Who's to say it would work? I would love to hear in the comments if anyone in playtesting or otherwise has made it work anywhere on Chris Withers' stats sheet of all the results for these playtests. Did anyone actually get Grand Gulf? Did they try for it? Or is it just, as you like to call it, fool's gold? It's out there, but it's in reality sinks in very quickly. I really appreciate the chess elements of this. And you even heard me say, "Wait, I'm leaving my finger on to the very last second because I had to move this piece to here so that I can move this piece to here so that I can move this piece to here." And it's just this string. I mean, I didn't want to have any position where, oh, well, then I'll just go around. He's left that undefended, so I'll just come around and grab this. I had to leave a piece right there at Guns by You, just so you wouldn't try to run up there from somebody. So you need strings of initiatives, and you need things to go just so. And I was fortunate enough that a couple of my attacks, even though they failed, the big one that I needed to get into Rocky Springs
Yeah,
did.
that one
Yeah,
that succeeded, and yeah, and I think looking back, I think that I probably should have taken advantage of the road to Harkinson's Bridge being open for that one initiative.
yeah,
And tried and forced march somebody up there. But then I was like, well, that leaves Willows. You could potentially
exactly,
come back and take Willows. And it's
exactly.
like, I'm leaving. But and with these guys, parking these guys here, go over by to build bridges, like Carr doesn't move the whole game. Tying guys up, but he's not in play. What's better? Is it better to tie Confederate guys up or bring them, move them, and bring them, at least bring them into the action?
Yeah.
Uh, that's probably something that I would, if I played this again as the Union, I would bring them into the action and see what happens.
I could see what you did with McClernand. Just go ahead and bring the Juggernaut. Just slow and steady. It's going to take at least 3 or 4 crappy marches. They're going to get to Buena Vista, and then whatever. I mean, you saw what I
Yeah,
did last time. I was like, well, let's just take them over land. If we're going slow anyway, what the hell?
right.
You get them through the Los, and then at least you have something that can threaten Grand Gulf. But uh, that's a far better tactician than I could
Yes.
probably take
Yeah,
Grand
better
Gulf.
better than me too.
Yeah. Now, with 2 plays, we've seen a victory on either side, so it is possible. It does seem to be very well balanced. My hat is off to Joe and Chris on this one. For a speculative scenario, they've managed to take a lot of individual variables and bring them together to a very fun session. This second time we played, we're raw here at hour 45. I'm going to cut this down to probably close to an hour with a lot of our lengthy considering time. So for an hour of true playtime, I think this easily becomes a good tournament scenario that could be used at either WBC or the online session. So keep an eye out, folks. I'm sure you're going to hear and see a lot of scenario number 3. Any final thoughts before we cut them loose for the day?
I think I'm good. Great fun playing today. Very fun.
Yes, yes. You make my that little part of my brain itch that goes, "What's he gonna do next? I can't give him this opening because he'll take it." And then yeah. So, well, thanks, folks, for watching. As always, the comments, the last couple session videos have been very plentiful, so thank you. Keep that up. We love to respond to those. The quips, the fun, the any goofs that we caught. I think last time we did it almost error-free, so a little shot in the arm for me and Roger, because the los being this element of variability, I think is it's fun that we're overcoming some of those because it's becoming part of our thought process. But take a moment, as we ask you each and every week, tell a friend about this series if they like or they're just getting into great campaigns. We've got lots and lots of videos for you to peruse. We've got the original tutorials, and then Roger and I have been doing this close to 5 years now, so there's plenty of content for you to watch. And if you could click the like and subscribe and the notification bell, all that good stuff that we ask you to do, I've reminded you here in the video. And if you are of a mind to kick in a buck or two, there are your wonderful, generous supporters and donors. Thank you to each and every one of you for what you do. And Roger, I'll let you send them out.
Everybody have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Next week is the Yankee Blitzkrieg, is it not?
It is
All
Yankee
right.
Blitzkrieg. Yes, I was just
Fantastic.
looking at the rules.
Can't wait for it. Have a good one, man.
Okay, you too. Bye bye.